The last time we stepped foot here on Rancho, we were armed with a loadout of nothing but handguns, trying to earn back its respect so we could get diamonds again. The thing is, that worked too well, netting us 3 diamonds, and now I feel like we have to use a special loadout again. So today, we're taking on Rancho with a loadout of nothing but shotguns. And it looks like we'll be starting off with a couple of pronghorn. That one on the back there that we can't spot looks pretty decent. 85 to 100, max wood estimate level 4. Now, the interesting thing is, we brought 2 guns with slugs. We have the 10 gauge, which of course is from class 6 to 9, and we have the 12 gauge slugs, which are classes of 4 to 8. Neither of those are going to help us here. Pronghorn with the new class for 3 means we have to use buckshot, and that's going to be, I think, rather interesting. And of course, he's in a terrible spot, back there behind the level 3, and bedded down. So we also can't use the more powerful 10 gauge buckshot, we have to use 12 gauge. So I'm thinking we want to get into like 30, and maybe if like we get him attentive and standing up, we might get a broadside shot. Oh, he's attentive. So if we just kind of keep on scooching out here, alert. That's not what I wanted them to do. Okay. Oh, we hit... What the... So we hit the level 3. The 4's not going down at all. Did we even get anything? There's a ton of blood over here, but all flesh hits? I actually don't know if that's going to bring them down or not. It actually did get both of them, so this should be the level 3 right up here, because we did hit him twice. This guy, 63 score, 1 pellet in the neck? I'm actually not even sure how that happened. And then the follow-up, I mean, yeah, like, no penetration. So we're going to have to hit, like, perfectly broadside behind the shoulder if we want any chance of bringing down a pronghorn with buckshot later. So at least we know that now. And then our 4, gotta be up here somewhere. Looking a little worse for wear. Hung up in this tree, 91 score. Like, how? At 40 meters. The spread is insane. Hit him in the jaw, like, most of the group is kind of where we aimed, but... Yeah, I don't really love our odds of bringing down a pronghorn with the full score today. Well, we're gonna have no choice but to bring this guy down. Special delivery turkey right to our feet. And fun fact, by the way, 4.40 score for him. This is the 20 gauge side-by-side Fiona. So when we look at our other shotguns, in the inventory they show the customization. The Fiona, it's behind the chat there, but it shows the original. I can't customize it. I don't know if they changed it like intentionally so that you can't customize it. It's stuck like this, and I hate it. So I wanted to use it in this video. Maybe I can use this to maybe make a bug report or something. But yeah, it's just gonna be camo like that, and there's nothing I can do about it. So first, Rooster Pheasant of the Hunt. Looks like a molting 13 to 16. And our Fiona's going to be our small game weapon for today. So if we can bring that down, I'm gonna use hopefully a good bit of this. I do have the 16 gauge with a scope for like long range shots, but I'm not really sure how useful that'll be with birdshot. But either way, 14.9, a little bit shy of the 15.5 gold requirement. 2 pellets in the wing, and then 2 pellets in the wing. Kind of thought we shot a little bit better than that. Somewhere down here should be a decent bighorn ram. Ooh. Level 4 up to 159. And I think that cactus is perfectly on our way to try to get this shot. Need him to maybe spin around and get out of there. I think we're better off crouching so we don't hit the rocks. Oh, I think we need that follow-up shot. The second one should have gotten him. First one I'm not so sure about. So if we take a look here, that is on the right, that's flesh blood. So we needed that follow-up shot to bring this guy down. 158.24. Actually only 6 shy of the diamond requirement. So how do we get neck and right lung? Like that's not even, it's not even through the neck there. Now, the bullet cam doesn't always perfectly show exactly what happened. Maybe as he's ducking into that, that's how we clipped the neck. the bullet cam just doesn't show it all the way. Kinda doubt we'll be managing that again. Well, that's kind of a weird place for a rooster to hide. 12 to 16 for this one. And quite possibly a little bit better shooting. Even got a head up there to boot. Well, let's go ahead and see what we have for our second rooster. 15.94 scoring gold. 3 pellets in the wing this time for the first shot, so improving. And then, whatever happened there, hit it a whole bunch of times? I wish they still showed you, like, how many hits you had. I'm not sure why they removed that. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it was nice to know exactly what happened. Slowly moving in the right direction, 14 to 17 this time. Didn't even know there was actually a rooster in this flock. It was only hen calls. And I decided to come over here and check it out just in case. So I think we're getting a little bit better at shooting too. 16.6 this time. Biggest one thus far. Kind of like the direction we're going, but it is the beginning of mule deer drink time. So I think it's time to go and target them. Got a couple of decent bucks out here anyway. Not seeing anything else. So there's a 3 there. And a level 4 in front of him? I wonder, because we know the 10 gauge slugs actually don't perform that well. At 120, if we 0 for 150, can we actually get a shot like that? So I kind of want to get the 4, because he'll definitely be a gold. Maybe if he lifts his head, we can try to sneak this in there. And for good measure, we'll go ahead and hit the 3 as well. So he's going down. Definitely got that. The 4, though, is not going down. And that is not going to help. I don't know if that's going to kill him, but we tested the 10 gauge slugs a decent bit when they came out. It's a little bit weaker than you might expect. So at least for our level 3 buck, this guy, just a 207? Wait, how did... Oh, I totally forgot. They made them class 5? So bringing the 10 gauge to Rancho was borderline useless for this? Did an okay job getting into the top of the lung, but you expect even at 122 meters for that slug to punch through a little bit better. So these ones are stuck here. And we're going to have to use the 12 gauge for mule deer, so let's see. That did just fine. Well, that's good to know anyway. Because best I can tell, that other one didn't go down. That almost looks better than how the 10 gauge performed. Not bad. Oh, that's a big buck. That's a level 5. 277 to 339 monster. Wait, actually, I think he's the droop tine rack? It is. So the main beam's drooped down at the end. I think that's still usually 320s. So we should be good, but he's not that big wide frame rack like our last couple of diamonds that I thought he was. Now we just saw the 10 gauge slugs not do a great job on mule deer. We also saw, not too much closer than this, the 12 gauge slugs absolutely smoked that smaller buck. The mass on this is so cool to see, like the size of him compared to all the other ones around. That rack might have the most mass. I'm kind of thinking though, do we just try to get into 50 and just go over that frontal hard shot? Because him standing still probably is something we'd like. So let's say 53-ish is going to be good. And whenever he lifts his head, that'll do it. Dropped him in his tracks, stone dead, over there among the rocks. And the shotgun loadout has finally taken down a trophy here on Rancho. So let's see. 318 for this guy, so closer than I thought. Still had some room. Diamond is 312, but like way through the lung, through the back of the heart. No problem at all for that 12 gauge slug. That was actually awesome. Seeing him standing there with all those other smaller bucks, like you could lay an entire mule deer within like the surface area of this frame. He is just really, really solid. So worth coming back here to Rancho. I think this challenge loadout thing on this map just has something that works. No way. That's a dilute mule deer doe. Those are rare now. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I don't know if we push our luck. Like 0 for 150. I don't know if I'd want to go beyond like 180. If we went out to that island, we'd be looking at about 180. I guess we can try it. Like the diamond we shot was right back there. We've been here for an hour and a half with nothing. And then at the same like minutes apart, potentially 2 trophy mule deer. Well, that's just perfect. Couldn't have picked a worse place to stop. So I guess maybe we are gonna have to go around. Everything else is starting to go alert. So maybe while she's still there broadside, gonna 0 for 150. If that guy will get out of the way. She took a step right as we shot. I think we're okay though. That had to be back. But I can't imagine a 12 gauge slug ends up killing her that fast with just an intestine hit. So I guess between the two, happy that the doe is the one that took a step when we shot and not the level 5 buck. But that was a little scary seeing that happen. That would be Vital Blood. So we kind of lucked out on that one. And let's see. Rare doe at the same lake as our diamond. This, oh, it doesn't even show like what actually happened. Clearly to hit the stomach. Like it had to penetrate decently well. To the point where even if we hit where we were aiming and she didn't take a step, I still think it gets a lung. So let's tax that, send that back to the second lodge. And honestly, I think on that note, 2 trophy mule deer at the same lake. We're gonna go and place our buck in the main lodge. So this was our other droop tide diamond. He was 323 actually, so a decent bit bigger. And I think, no, he's a different fur. I think brown's the one I actually like better. So even though he's 5 smaller, I just do think like they're very similar, but I think that looks a little bit better up there on the wall. I don't know, just because we got it with the shotgun and everything, I think we're gonna go ahead and go with that. It might be a little bit smaller antler-wise, probably a slightly narrower frame, but I do like that fur type a little bit better on our trophy lodge wall. But, you know, this is the one thing. Our last 2 hunts on Rancho, the handguns only and shotguns only hunt, I think that's now 4 diamonds and a rare. Seems like every time we go back, we're gonna have to bring some kind of challenge loadout, but quite frankly, I think I'm looking forward to that. It was a really good time now twice in a row, and we'll have to see what the next hunt brings. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.